how to get the visa for the United States, and how many hours do you have to work in the Middle East? These are two questions I'm gonna answer for you today. This is Marcel from Slamming It Out. Hey, what's cooking, guys? Thank you for watching my video, and today I'm gonna answer two questions which came actually from two of my viewers, so thank you very much for posting these questions. Question number one refers to working in the United States. How can I get the visa for the United States? And I actually have made a video already about this topic a few weeks ago. You might want to check it out. It's actually should pop up right here in this corner. So there are several ways to get a visa or to get access into the United States. The best way to get access is actually to obtain a green card, but we all know the green card lottery is a tricky thing, and I was not lucky to obtain a green card. Even I participated for many years in this lottery. But I went to America twice on a so-called J1 visa, which is the exchange visitor program, and I checked it out online, and I also will post the link in the description later. The J1 visa is still active, so this program, this exchange visitor program, still exists. You need to find a sponsor though, a sponsorship organization, and there are many sponsorship organizations listed in the website, and you have to contact them, and they probably will inform you what kind of jobs or activities they will sponsor. So normally when you are an au pair or a trainee or even a physician, if you want to gain some work experience or something like that, you can apply for a J1 visa. This is officially a program an exchange program. That means a cultural exchange. You know, I'm from Germany, so I want to experience American culture. I can apply for that J1 visa. I remember at the time when I applied for this visa, I actually had a good friend of mine working already in the United States. He was also from Germany. And I asked him directly, hey, can I actually also apply in your hotel? He said, yes. I made a call, I applied, I even flew over there on my own expenses for a face-to-face interview. And the rest, all the visa issues, the sponsorship organization was handling it, you know, so I had nothing to do. I had to pay the visa fees, of course, which were quite expensive at the time. I paid around $1,500 US. So I don't know how much it is today. It's probably even more expensive. So these visa fees you have to bear. So keep that in mind. And there are certain employers in the United States who are cooperating with these sponsorship organizations. So you have to do your own research. I cannot go into every single detail. That's why I post this link in the description. So please check it out. I just visited the website. It's a good website. It's very structured, very clear. They have a Q&A section. So they have telephone numbers, they have the different sponsorship organizations, and they even list the different professions which can obtain a J1 visa. The second option would be an H1b visa. So I personally never went on a H1b visa to the United States. So I did some research also, and what I know is that this is actually the real work visa and valid for 3 years. You also might want to do your own research on that. So you enter H1b visa in Google or any other search engine, and then you will instantly receive some information. So the H1b visa is, like I just mentioned, the real work visa. So you're allowed to work on that visa. When you obtain a J1 visa, you are also allowed to work, actually, because I was working. So H1b Visa is a little bit different. You will need to find an employer who is actually sponsoring you. And I also received that question from another viewer. He asked me, hey, Marcel, I want to hire somebody from outside. How can I get somebody into the United States? So this is the same procedure. So if you are the employer and you can sponsor that person, then go ahead. You have to research all the information, of course. And if you are an employee and want to work in the States, you have to find an employer who sponsors you. I give you a simple example. If you are an Indian chef, for example, and you have high quality Indian cooking skills, and I don't know, you are an Indian master chef or something like that, and you find an employer in the United States, maybe an owner who wants to open up an Indian restaurant, and he cannot find a capable chef in the United States who can cook this Indian food, the quality Indian food which is required. So he will look outside of the United States and he will find one. And if he finds this Indian master chef, then actually everything will work out well. So he needs to prove that he cannot find a chef in the States who can do the job, and he is therefore looking for a qualified Indian master chef with highly special skills. And then this employer will sponsor this employee. This is how it works. This is what I know from talks with people, with chefs who went through this channel, the H1b Visa. But I don't know what the cost is, how much money is involved. I also don't know how much or how long the waiting time is. I don't know about the paperwork, so please, you need to do your own research. Coming back to the J1 visa really quick, waiting time, yeah, it can take several months. That was the case 20 years ago when I applied for this visa. It really depends on the employer. You know, sometimes the employer has very strong and good connection to the sponsorship organization. So there's a lot of paperwork still to be done, and it can take many months, not years, but many months. Probably you have to calculate with like 3 to 6 or even 9 months to obtain a J1 visa. And you also need to go to visit the US Embassy and all these kind of things. So that was question number 1. I hope I could answer the question. If not, please let me know, of course, and I try to help you out even more. The second question is refers to the Middle East. I received the question here. How many are the colleague, this fella is, I think, working in Ireland now, and he is planning to move to the Middle East to gain some work experience and to make some money, which is a good idea. Since I don't know what position you are working in, I think the idea of making money or making big money is not a good idea, because you're not going to get rich in the Middle East. You have to work, and as far as I know, the salaries they pay are rather on the lower end. I don't know what country you are from. Yeah, so how many hours was the question? Do I have to work in the Middle East? Do I get a contract? Will all these details be specified in the contract? Of course, you will receive a contract, a working contract, and everything should be stated in the contract. So working hours, salary, health insurance, these are the most important things. Accommodation normally is sponsored and provided in the Middle East. So I'm talking here about Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, Qatar. I worked in Jordan and also in Saudi Arabia. So normally they provide all this. Contracts are being done. Of course, if you are working in a restaurant or a hotel, you know how the business is. There's always overtime involved. So you might have to work overtime. If you work overtime, I don't know how it will be compensated, how your hours are gonna be compensated. You have to check this with your human resources department. Either they give you time off in lieu or they pay you out. I don't know, but normally it's been taken care of. if you are not sure, you also can do some research, go to the internet or try to find some people. Let's say you're applying for a very famous 5-star hotel in Dubai, for example. Let's say you have the opportunity to work for the Marriott Hotel in Dubai. So do some research, try to get some people maybe on LinkedIn, connect with them and then ask them directly, so how is it to work there? How are the conditions? So this is one tip I can give you. Do your research, now the time is really difficult. I don't think there are much jobs available in the Middle East, but let's assume a business is picking up. I know from Dubai they just opened up again for tourism. So let's assume that a business somehow is picking up and people are started to get hired again. Then at least that was the case before. They were always desperately needing people in the Middle East because especially in Dubai so many hotels. So negotiate that with your human resources department, ask as many questions as you can so that you are not disappointed at the end. I know it from a few people. I have many friends working in the Middle East. Most of them are actually quite happy with the conditions, but some of them were not happy because they had to work too much overtime and things like that. But that was due to the fact that did not really either research all the information beforehand, before they signed the contract, or simply because the employer or the human resources department, they were not really honest and did some monkey business. So we want to avoid that. And one last word about the health insurance. So the most important thing you want to check before you sign your contract, besides of the salary and everything, is the health insurance. I want to stress this here especially. Health insurance is the most important insurance you need. I even have health insurance. I'm here in Germany now. I'm covered by a health insurance, which is mandatory in our country. But if I'm traveling outside of Germany, I always have a health insurance because you need that. Even I am physically fit and strong. Yeah, this is how I am today, but I still do have a health insurance because you never know what is going to happen with you. You have an accident or something is happening. So do not gamble here. Don't be stupid and put your health at risk. Something is happening to you. You need to visit the hospital. And either they don't treat you because you don't have a health insurance, or they treat you and then you receive a bill of tens or even hundreds of thousands of US dollars. So you want to be smart, you don't want to be stupid. I have one case of a friend of mine. This person worked in Kuwait a while ago, and it turned out that she was not covered by a very famous hotel chain. I don't want to mention the name now, but it is a very famous hotel in Kuwait. It belongs to a very famous hotel chain worldwide. It's a very, very famous hotel chain, 5-star, very luxury brand. And it turned out that this employee, my friend, was not covered. The hotel did not provide health insurance, believe it or not. I couldn't believe it. So we had a few discussions on the phone about this topic, and I asked her to check and recheck and talk to the human resources office. As far as I know, she only had minimum cover or basic cover by a government hospital or something like that. But the employer, as far as I remember, only was covering at the management level and upwards, but the rank and file staff were not covered by health insurance. This is crazy. Don't do that. Don't sign any contracts if you do not have any health insurance. She told me that many of the employees were afraid to see the doctor because they were afraid to receive a bill. And coming back to the salary, there's not, at least if you're not in a management position, forget about making big bucks, Kuwait, for example, is a very expensive place. Yeah, the money you earn is compared to your home country might be higher, but Kuwait, for example, everything is very expensive. I know because I was there. So People without health insurance, you know, they don't see the doctor because they are afraid they have to pay the treatment. So don't do that, because at the end you will lose. And if you really are sick or need a treatment and you don't see the doctor because you think you are smart and save the money, you know, your sickness or whatever is not being treated, sooner or later it will haunt you, it will catch up with you, and then you will suffer, and then you will not be able to work anyway, which will lead to your release from work and you will be sent home. And that's what we want to avoid. So please keep that in mind before you sign any contract. You please want to check, especially on the health insurance, on your health insurance, because your health is very important. All right, guys, I hope I could answer your questions for today. If you need more tips, then why don't you check out my book? It's called Slamming It Out, and it is packed with useful tips, tricks, and other tools if you want to become a better and more professional chef. Also, my other travel adventures are inside this book. If you want to work in Asia, for example, and don't know how to get there and what to do, so it's all in this book. So go check it out. Also, please check out my online course, which I have released on Udemy a few weeks ago. It's called 9 Leadership Principles for Becoming a Powerful Team Leader. The link is also in the descriptions. And hey guys, please don't forget to also check out my website www.marcelr.com, www.marcelr.com. On my website you can find my blog and many more videos and other stuff. And with that being said, I'm checking out for today. Thank you for watching my video. Stay healthy and stay safe, and don't forget, always keep slamming it out. Take care. Bye bye.